Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Martin here in Porto Airport, as you might see on this first flight of this new year. Hope you had an awesome New Year's Eve and that 2025 began the best way possible. Here I'm going to perform the first flight of the year. I have been out for some days off and now I'm back to the game, and let's see what have we got today. We are departing Porto, our last arriving airport with this A320 Sharklet edition. Let's check our flight plan. So our departure will be from runway 17 in Porto, and it will be 20 in Lisbon, not 02, as we can see here. We will take roughly 30 to 35 minutes flight time. Flight level 230, not 250. Well, with a almost fully loaded aircraft. Porto has, let me check the METAR, so 12 knot wind, and on arrival we will be facing some 2 knots variable wind, so nothing much to be considered. As you can see, we will be fully controlled on our path, so let's jump into cockpit and start the usual preparation. Over here. Getting some of this right. I have to restart all over again. Okay, I think we are all set. Let's jump into cockpit and start the usual preparation over here. Let's do it. Over here, done, and overhead. So our flight will be flown at noon. So plenty of light for us. 2850.
Again, first Common 903. Common 903, proceed direct to Zalo, clear do Zalo 8 Charlie, arrival. Direct to Zalo, clear do Zalo 8 Charlie, arrival, first Common 903.
Okay, so far so good. Everything's set over here. Let's just lighten up just a little bit.
Speedbird 125, proceed direct to Zop. Speedbird 125, direct to Zop.
Over here is done. We don't need much of this light. So
Easy to 6 Tango Echo, contact Madrid 132.980. Easy to 6 Tango Echo, Madrid 132.980.
Madrid 132.980 for Easy to 6 Tango Echo, bye bye.
now fuel will be 4.3 times.
Speedbird 125, continue path at level 310.
So 152 passengers.
Speedbird 125.
Okay, let's load. 8 minutes.
125, continue path at level 310.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight. Please place your large bags into the overhead lockers, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you.
Speedbird 5, Papa, push and start approved facing west.
Duty-free and loose items of clothing. If you are seated in an emergency exit row or a front row bulkhead seat, all of your items must be placed into an overhead locker. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure an on-time departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. As we are currently refueling, please ensure your seatbelt remains unfastened until
Muito boa noite, Lisbon Control Air Portugal 927 at Porto, request I-5 clearance to Lisbon, flight level 230, information mic on board.
927, Lisbon closing, frequency change approved.
Please enable frequency change approved, Portugal 927.
This is 2568 requesting taxi.
62568, taxi via Echo to Link Point Runway 17, frequency change approved.
Echo to Link Point Runway 17, thanks for the service, bye-bye, Swiss 2568.
Let's go, Papa, frequency mark west. Ghana 3 Golf Papa, frequency change approved, Lisbon closing. Frequency change approved, Ghana 3 Golf Papa, bonnet control.
Okay, so frequency change was approved, so Lisbon Control is closing. We will monitor 1228 and let's check everything outside. Obviously departing. Very nice to see. Let's switch on our ATU. There, and see how it's progressing. 3 minutes to align, and taps open on the APU. Stabilizing AGT. And it failed. Let's switch on. It will be on. External power disconnect. Let's go. Okay, so 50 to some 60 passengers left. Let's see our 8321 is departing from runway 17. I don't think that we have any other traffic here in Porto.
Duty-free and loose items of clothing.
Okay, so
If you are seated in an emergency
another
exit
20 passengers
or a
and
front
will
row
be
bulkhead
done.
seat,
We have
all
everything
of your
set over
items
here.
must be
IRS
placed
is aligning
into an
1 minute.
overhead locker. Once
Still
you have safely stowed your cabin
there.
bag, please take
Just
your
checking
seat.
the map one more time. We lost control here, so we will have the arriving control, so tower and ground. Then over here okay, let's dismiss here and
Cabin
send the
crew,
information
boarding is
to
now
Macdu.
complete. Any
We
remaining
will
ground crew,
shortly
please leave the aircraft.
obtain our V speeds, VREV speeds. Here I think we have everything set. Let's do it. So 117 taps 2, so 141, 141, 144. And start. Okay, so I do have to initiate another flight here. We ended up losing this time slot. Let's see if we are going to Lisbon still. I hope so. It's to Madeira.
Lisbon traffic with 2568 is landing up runway 16 in correction 17 via intersection Foxtrot 1.
I'm going to Lisbon still, so without going with the TAP2. Unfortunately, we lost the time slot.
Lisbon traffic Swiss
it's only available
2568, taking off runway 17, Bristol.
for 30 minutes, so okay.
100 above.
Let's go the guys and try to find our push. Nose will be facing to the left.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground, stand by.
Looks like a bit heavy. Nice to see. Well, almost took the whole runway to the park.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches are closed and the ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set, lifting the aircraft.
Okay, that is something wrong. I'm going to disconnect now and do it by
Okay,
hand.
pushback completed.
Ground. You may disconnect.
Okay, sir, clear to disconnect. Lisbon traffic Swiss 2568, departed runway 17 passing 3000 feet on the Belgian IMB departure.
Porto traffic, airport 1927, Lisbon start 2, then Sierra 2, Porto towards Sierra 2, expecting departing runway 17. Okay, let's start something 3.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. 20. Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions, including the following safety procedures. The safety card found in your seat pocket
Continue
contains
to the
important
starting
information
one
about
and
exit
parking
routes,
brake.
oxygen
Yes.
masks, life jackets, and the brace position, which you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. The cabin crew are now pointing out the exits nearest to you. Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may
Texting
be
our
behind you.
flight controls
Emergency
to
lighting
left,
will guide you to an
to right,
exit. In an emergency,
neutral,
leave
full
all
up,
baggage on board.
and
Your
pull
seatbelt
down.
is fastened, adjusted,
Neutral,
and released
rudder,
as shown. It must be fastened
check,
whenever the seatbelt signs
and
are on, and we recommend
setting our
that you
pitch
keep
trim
it
down
fastened.
0.6
If the air supply
set
fails,
as well.
masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally.
Engine 1
Hold
is
the mask
available.
in place with the strap. Pull on
Engine
each
mode
side to
selector set
adjust.
to
Put on
normal.
your own mask before helping
Kick
others.
and door page set.
If we land on water, take a life
APU
jacket
hidden
from
master
under your
off
seat.
and lights
Remove
are
from
on.
the pouch and put it
We are
over
now
your
ready
head.
for taxi.
Pass the tapes around your waist and click together.
For traffic
Pull the
airport
strap to
1927
adjust.
taxiing to
Do
runway
not inflate the
17
life
via
jacket inside
Sierra
the
Echo
aircraft.
to Echo 5.
When outside, inflate it by pulling the toggle.
Tradition, 17 Venus, where is Lisbon, Alexander? Porto traffic, runway 2, X-ray whiskey, final runway 1.
Okay, so we have an incoming aircraft on final 8 miles. We are going to wait until he arrives. He's on short,
Cabin
so
crew, seats for
no
takeoff.
issues, no delays.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Okay, cabin is ready. Break. Okay, 2 incoming aircraft. Probably better for us to wait for them. I think they are separated for now.
Island 38 Charlie Papa on final behind another company traffic runway 17 for Porto.
Traffic Porto 1927, holding short runway 17. Okay, so 2 aircraft incoming. We will see the landing shortly. nicely done. Very, very nicely done.
Runway 17 vacated.
Porto traffic on Air 38 Papa on short line on runway 17.
I don't think that we have any other aircraft on final, at least we don't have any communication pointing that way, so we will be line up and take off after behind landing aircraft and after is vacated runway 17. Traffic, Air Portugal 1927, line up and wait after landing aircraft behind. Okay, very stable. A bit slower than the previous 737. Perfect. Very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Couple of great pilots over here. So let's switch on our lights and line up.
Approaching 17.
Air 38 Papa vacating runway 17.
Okay. For traffic Air Portugal 1927, clear for takeoff runway 17. Alright, so parking brakes off. And let's see. 50% on 1. And flat 64 SRS. Runway out of thrust. Power set. P1 and rotate. And gear up. And autopilot. Press climb. That's one. And flat 0. Okay, reaching our cruising flight level. We will maintain flight level 30 just for a few miles, where we will start our descent. Next waypoint, Papa Tango 411, will be prior to Upcaps waypoint, initial approach fix, and we will continue down to runway 20 until otherwise we check here on the app that runway news might be 02 because of the wind change. It was variable, now it's 060 for knots, not very much to be considered. However, as we have control on Lisbon, we are still advised with information X to approach runway 20, so information just changed from W to X-ray, so we stick to X-ray, and so we will maintain our path to runway 20. We probably will be number 1, no other traffic in or out except for us, so we will maintain our present course. The Portuguese territory has just a few movements, some roughly half a dozen to 10 aircraft in or out of the territory. We have plenty of traffic to Madeira. I think that Madeira has poor weather conditions. I'm going to check it. Okay, 16 knots and low clouds, but nothing much other than the wind. Cross almost front wind, favorable for runway 23, which is cool, as it is not very commonly used. I believe that in the past few months I just landed there a couple of times, so every other time would be favorable for runway 05. But today I know that for a fact that in Madeira we have plenty of fog. Some teams from the Portuguese Championship would be playing now. However, the fog was very intense, and I think they even cancelled the game, or at least they are delayed. So I would be imagining that the weather condition would be much more poor than this one. So I will start our descent right now as we are reaching out to the descent. Papa Tango 411. Let's get to 6,000. first landing of the year in Lisbon, our hub. Nice. A bit lazy around when I can. I think it's stuttering a bit. I'm not sure if we have a great internet connection today, but I did notice while we were at Porto that I had just lower frames than last year, like a few days back. local QNH 1025. Set.
Cabin crew must now be seated for landing. Thank you.
Okay, we are establishing unlocalized SMSE, which that gets, I will advise the tower that we are established. Okay, 6000.
Portugal 1361, welcome to Lisbon, taxi stand 142 via Golf and Alpha.
Stand 142, Golf and Alpha, Portugal 1361, monitor level 1.
Flights were captured a bit prior, but we are almost there. Overhead cap, so that's one for us.
Speedbird 78 Papa Tango, wind 060 degrees, 4 knots, runway 20 clear for takeoff. Have a good flight, bye bye.
Runway 20 clear for takeoff, Supersonic Papa Tango, thank you, good day.
Go 1361, you passed stand 142. If you wish, you could taxi right stand 145.
Copy, we'll take 145 on high right hand side, let's go.
Lisbon traffic airport. Lisbon Tower, muito boa noite, Air Portugal 1927, full established localizer runway 20.
Air Portugal 1927, Tower, hello, wind 060 degrees, 4 knots, runway 20, continue approach.
Continuing approach, Portugal 1927. Okay, almost there. Okay, runway is now in sight. I think we have an aircraft departing. That's why we are not still cleared to land, but clear for approach. And flaps 2. And gear down. Coverage set to low. Spoilers armed. And flap 3. We are landing.
Air Portugal 1927, wind 060 degrees, 4 knots, runway 20, clear to land.
Clear to land runway 20, Portugal 1927. So we are going to land a bit more fast according to my computer. So
Lisbon Tower,
150
Super 7 Papa
knots.
Tango, it appears that we didn't have enough runway and we crashed.
Ouch, I think we have a crash.
I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Flaps 4.
Did you calculate your takeoff performance from uniform 5?
Yep, I did, and it said it was fine. No idea. How do you reset your position?
I believe you could use GSX to respawn on the stands, or just
So,
the
yeah.
slew mode on Microsoft
On
Flight
a
Simulator.
trouble, I think the aircraft,
I'll probably use the slew mode. Hold on a second.
I think it did not respond.
Meanwhile, call the fire. Left station, say again?
Okay, 140 seems more. I'm a bit low.
Hundred above. Minimum.
Continue. Let's see if we have a good landing today.
300.
First landing of the year. A bit of crosswind.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Okay, I think it went pretty well. And manual brake. Okay, so we have an aircraft that's spawning around. Very well indeed. Nice landing, other than that trouble with the FedEx.
Air Portugal 1927, welcome to Lisbon, taxi stand 114 via Golf and Alpha.
Via Golf Alpha, stand 114, Portugal 1927, obrigado.
The cabin crew
Speedbird 78 Papa Tango, probably better to disconnect and just respawn where you want and then reconnect again.
until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging.
Super Tango Papa Tango, we've got it fixed. We are... hold on a second. I'll tell you where I'm at, hold on.
And in the overhead lockers. Do take care opening the overhead lockers as items may have moved.
We are currently on mic.
Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area.
Speedbird 78 Papa Tango, on my radar you're on whiskey.
After you today. Our ground
Never mind, we are on whiskey. I read it wrong.
Speedbird 78 Papa Tango, roger, continue left on Quebec, hold short of Golf.
Continue left Quebec, hold short of Golf.
on the
Super
gates.
70 Papa Tango.
Nice. First one that I see here, at least with some livery, Air France livery, nice. Okay, now I am experiencing a lot of stuttering. I think this is due to bad internet connection.
Speedbird 78 Papa Tango, do you wish to retry full length or uniform 5?
I think we're going to go with full length this time.
Roger, Speedbird 78 Papa Tango, taxi via Golf Tango, hold short, runway 20.
Golf Tango, hold short 122, Speedbird 78 Papa Tango.
Well, this is new for me. First time that I am experiencing this level of lag. Thankfully, we do not have this on our final approach. So just here on the taxiway, I mean, not good to see, but better than on short final and on the landing. Probably will be landed with around 180 to 200 FPM, so nice. Let's see. So 114, get ahead. Disconnecting our engine number 1. Lights off as well. Full stop, and parking brake is now set. Disconnecting our engines, and everything's off. 32 minutes, so that was we were predicting to Lisbon Tower, Portugal, 1927 on box and 1 on form. Muito obrigado por tudo e bom ano.
There's one.
Okay.
Speedboat 78.
And let's see how much